The new channel. The new channel. Hashtag TNC Now.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following shows are those of the host, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. Our passion transforms a community channel that sees all things new. My name is Jennifer Nuya, live streaming from Cavite, Philippines. And you're watching Stories from the Fringe. Please let me know that you can hear me well by typing into the comments section where you are joining us from today. You can also use the same chat box to drop in your comments, ask your questions, or just anything you want to share with us. We will also be dropping in links that you can click on or copy for later use. For those who are tuning in for the first time, Stories from the Fringe aims to push for more diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. We are committed to creating a world where individual differences like gender, class, ability, and many others are not only seen and understood but also celebrated. We believe that we can all be a part of this collective vision. And to make the most of our time together, we encourage you to turn off all distractions, prepare to take notes, mental OBN, and just be fully focused and engaged with our guest today. I'm so delighted to welcome on the show Dr. Alexie Reyes. Dr. Alex, welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Good morning, everyone. Maayong buntag sa tanan, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Thank you so much for dropping in on the show. Now, can you please share with our viewers a brief background about you and the work that you do?
Okay, so my name is Alexie Reyes. I'm a doctor of education. I actually am a researcher. I have won in the National Research Conference. And of course, right now, I am working with some people in my team. I have a startup called Aesthete IT Solutions, and we provide the learning management system for schools, organizations, corporates. And so that is what I do. I help power companies. Also, we have Yes Tech Club and Yes You. So I'll talk about it more later, but it's actually an ecosystem that is based on education, really, and learning, teaching, training, all of these things.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So for now, we want to hear more about your journey as an educator. So I believe that your mission is to revolutionize digital learning. Can you please tell more about that?
Oh, yes. I must say, it has been a roller coaster ride for me. I love watching Walt Disney movies and all I always want to be a hero, a shiro. So I said, I want to be like Mulan. So they say that all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. And so let me tell you about my personal journey. I actually am an educator, and because of this, I was really pushed to create Yes Tech IT solutions. It was through like this one day where I saw the results of the students ranking 79 over 80. Filipino students ranking 79 over 80 in reading comprehension, math, and science. And I was so worried about it. And I thought that, somebody must do something about it. And I realized there's nobody that will do it except you. Like if you can do it, why not? Right. So I started looking for my friend who was teaching IT, and I said, "Give me your best developers, and maybe we can create something out of what I'm thinking." Also, I realized that there are a lot of teachers that are stressed on a daily level, like 500,000 admit that they are stressed on a daily level. And so to minimize that, I thought that we should digitalize learning. We should like create apps where they can actually work better and they have quality of life. So with our solution, they are able to like save time, like at least 2 hours of their day. That's a lot already. And we give them the quality of life that they have. So the reason why I want to revolutionize learning is because learning is actually for those that can afford. And I feel that if it is accessible, if it is inclusive, if it is like equitable, then we are able to empower a lot of children that also deserve this, and even adults. So that is why I am here. I feel like we can create impact, and we can help a lot of people, really.
Mhm. That's wonderful, making education accessible, equitable for everyone. Now, when we say accessible, now this is digital learning, right? How do we
Yes,
make
digital.
digital learning accessible to everyone, considering that unfortunately in the digital age that we have, there are still like barangay level 4, or those barangays who don't have internet, or if they have internet connection, they have spotty internet connection at best. So how do we make sure that we make digital learning available to children in these barangays?
Well, there are alternatives. We actually have this device where we can actually put it in a barangay where they can experience learning, experience through their computers and their cell phones. It acts like a local host, but it is a device that powers the whole area. Depending on how much the budget is for that particular barangay, but um, it was actually highlighted in China and in Russia, this technology, and we have it with Yes Tech. So we can bring it to the hinterlands and they can experience the platform really, and it wouldn't be a problem. It starts at, I think, 10,000 actually pesos only to power like a group of 50. So when we look at this, and if like there are officials that would shell out money, then it would really be a game changer in terms of educating, those people in the hinterlands and making sure that they're able to do it through technology as well, even if internet is not there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right. So that's 10,000 divided by 20, around 200, right? If I'm not
That's
mistaken.
$200. You already have that device where you can download videos. You can like act like it's a platform. Behave like you can take quizzes and things like that. So they don't miss out on anything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Like, so you mentioned that this is like a local host. So
Yes.
I wonder about the portability of the device.
It's very portable. It's like the first prototype that we had was like a Skyflakes, a box. I don't have it here, but It's very handy and you can just bring it everywhere. And it's very powerful though. Um, of course, if your budget is like more than that, it could go through walls, and it could power like one whole like area, like a subdivision. It really depends. But this one, it could power at least 50 people
Mm-hmm.
all at one time, and there's no buffer. Even with
Wow, that's
videos,
wonderful.
just download it really fast. So we have this technology with Yes Tech, but we have not rolled it out yet. We're more of doing the digital things, but in terms of having that, we have it already, having that technology. Yeah.
Wonderful. And is this a Filipino IT personnel that you have worked with to come up with this Yes Tech platform?
With Yes Tech, all of our devs are from the Philippines. However, my COO is from India, and we have a couple of people that work with Yes Tech that are from different countries. But of course, I am the CEO, and I'm from the Philippines, and all the developers are from um, the Philippines as well.
Wonderful. So as of today, do you have any idea how many LGUs or how many barangays are already leveraging on Yes Tech?
Well, right now we are actually looking at different areas and barangays because we have this project. It's called Bawat Isa Makakabasa, and we have been reaching out to different LGUs in different places, such as Muntinlupa. We're reaching out in Cebu, CDO, Claveria, different LGUs where they can really take advantage of what we are providing. Actually, we are going to have a press, conference this coming November 11, where the Department of Education, National Capital Region, will be endorsing our partner, which is the content provider for Yes Tech in terms of, a reading program.
Mhm.
This will be on November 11. So we're just excited because we will be highlighting at least three islands, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And we will launch the project actually. So right now we're so busy talking to different LGUs and making sure that they are, on board with us with the program that we have. This comes in all six stages. So it's not just for preschool students, grade school students, but it also is helping, people in the technical field, people that are retooling, retraining, upskilling. So we check their proficiency, and then after we give them what they need once we know the level that they are at. So it's really based on research as well. Yeah.
That's really important that everything there is based on research, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you mentioned earlier about the Yes Tech Club. Can you tell us more about it?
Oh yes, yes, Tech Club. Well, it's funny because we weren't thinking about having Yes Tech Club. It is actually our website, https yestechclub.club. And we were doing a lot of, webinars. Every Saturday, we do a lot of webinars. And there are a lot of participants that would say, how do we join this Yes Tech Club? How can we, be updated with everything that's happening? We
Mm-hmm.
said, but you guys already like attend every Saturday. But they're like, is there like a newsletter? So it came from our participants. So
Mm-hmm.
from there, we realized we need to create something. So we created Yes Tech Club, and I actually flew to Manila and talked to our team, our sales team, and we had to like think for 5 days. You're like thinking and picking our brains and thinking like, how can we give value to these people since we're giving the webinars for free and they get an international certificate? They realize that they also want to pay, if we update them through the newsletters, if they sign up with our club. And of course, we give them like a webinar from somebody that is really popular. So we thought about it and we realized, okay, they can join our club at 499, and that's like the introductory level. And they can enjoy all these webinars about leadership in action, climate action, intro to sustainable development goals. They're free about girl empowerment. And then also we give back to Send the Light Ministries and Jed Child Trust Foundation. So they're not just learning with Yes Tech Club, they are also giving. When we talk about Send the Light, they are helping children that have been raped, children that have been molested, and they take care of them and make sure that they are back on track. And then, of course, they take care of their spirit and their soul as well. And, show them that there is hope and if we need to seek God. So that's with the Send the Light. Now, with Jet Child Trust Foundation, it is a partnership with Africa where we help train teachers. And so the money that we get, we help train those teachers in Nigeria and in other areas. And of course, we also help children that have been, enslaved, that have been brought to child labor and things like this. So with Yes Tech Club, we're able to do this with their 499. So it goes a long way, so that is how Yes Tech Club came about for us.
Mhm. Mhm. That's beautiful. That's beautiful because it's not only about learning but holistic, right?
Yes.
When you said Send the Light Foundation, you help these children overcome the trauma of or the ordeal of what they have undergone and see that there's still hope and they can still make something out of themselves. And who knows, right? They can be the emerging leaders of the future.
Yes, we always my biggest why is always about, of course, my family and the youth. So I really want to empower them. If we could equip them with what they need, then
Mm,
that would be good for me. And it's not just about learning, it's not just about, giving all these tools. We also make sure that we take care of them, their souls. We take care of their lives because they are the future. And of course, if we see like these kids that have been you know sold and raped and molested, we see that they feel that they do not have hope anymore, and we are there to help them, and show them that there is hope, that there is like sunrise all the time. That's why we call it Project Sunrise, actually, uh,
mm,
for us to really make sure that we take care of them and show them the light at the end of the tunnel.
yeah, I see. Yeah, and show them that there are still some adults who can be trusted, right? Adults who can
Yes,
protect them.
yes, we are here to help them, but it really is it is their choice. With
Mm,
Send the Light, we adopted this community in Muntinlupa. They do not have seats. They do not have chairs, so they pray sitting down on the floor. And I
mm,
realized that if we're able to help them, we can give them their own, their chairs when they pray, when they talk about their lives, and they when they share with each other. So it started with that, me looking at the photos that they have, and I'm like, maybe we can like help them. Yeah,
mm.
so that's how we are doing things right now.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So you've mentioned that how do you say that Yes Tech, the platform, has also been recognized in China and in other countries too. Can you also share about those recognitions to our viewers?
Okay, so yes, I must say I have some feathers in our cap, that we have gained. So when we started, we joined Startup Istanbul. So there were 160,916 participants, and we got in the top 100. We represented the Philippines as there in the top 100. So we're very proud of that. And then we got like noticed by the Department of Science and Technology. So they named us a super collider. And of course, being named the super collider, we had to join Silicon Valley Plug and Play, and we had to do interviews, etc., and slug it out with the other startups that also want to get in. Of course, the mentor was Jojo Flores, and we were able to get in the top 10 in the Philippines. So I'm very proud of that. And then, of course, we joined Global Silicon Valley. Actually, my COO and I, we found ourselves in the top 100 out of 3,700 applicants. And we have won a couple of competitions. We won the ESIP Field Dev United Nations Development Program and Australian Aid competition, first runner-up. So we won with Yes Tech. And of course, there's just a lot of things. We were named number one by Startup Blink in our first year. So we were like so excited and happy. So right now, we are the service provider of ICE and the Movers Program. It is a program that is supported by the United Nations Development Program and City. So we are their service provider, and so we teach a lot of the youth and trainers about sustainable development goals, leadership, about even mental well-being, and climate action, biodiversity, just a lot of stuff. So these are the things that we have, and of course, we have been rated by the National Educators Academy of the Philippines as like one of the best service provider. Actually, there will be a press conference this November 11 endorsing us together with our partner, 1986 Summer House Publishing, saying that we have really good programs out there. So yes, so we're proud of what we have so far.
Mhm. Yes, and rightly so. And those accomplishments are well deserved. And I'm pretty sure that as you grow as a company, you will have more accolades, right? As you further develop the platform.
Yes, of course. We are always optimistic. We're always like thinking of how we can serve our customers better, how we can help our students, how we can help the teachers, and even the organization. We always look at the company, the school that we are helping. It's not just about the person that's learning. It's not just about it's everyone in that is in the system, everyone in the chain. So with Yes Tech, I always say that we need to always strive for the best and for excellence. If it's not good, then we shouldn't put it out. So
Mhm.
that's my thing.
Yeah, yeah. Wonderful. All right. So far, we have covered a lot, right? Your journey as a founder and also Yes Tech and Yes Club. We'll go for a short break. We'll have a few words from our sponsors, and when we come back, you will share with us what is in store, what are the future plans for Yes Tech, and
Yes.
also I want to know more about your journey, not only as an educator, but also an author,
Oh, okay. Yes, of
a
course.
multi-awarded author when we come back. So, dear viewers, please stay tuned. We will see and hear more of Dr. Alex Reyes when we come back.
Juan Lu and his puppets face to face with special guests Makata Tawanan, Jess Box, and the Lunaria Marionette Show.
Salita. Alam mo, Tito Anlo, kung wala ako, nagsasalita ka nag-isa. Kung wala ako, wala kang masusuot. Kung wala ako, wala kang nakakain.
November 13, Sunday, 7 p.m. at the La Verdad Auditorium in Apalit, Pampanga. Buy your tickets now and see you soon, face to face.
TNC is a live stream platform of online shows for people on the go. Please watch all our shows as seen on screen. Imagine having your own show, your own playlist, your own content, but we make it easier for you. TNC aims to transform the lives of our viewers through engaging, authentic, and original content. Our vision is to become a 24/7 live stream channel that showcases Filipino talent, global influencers, cultural intelligence, and ingenuity. Of course, we encourage you to continue supporting Stories from the Fringe, live streamed every Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. You can watch live or on replay via Facebook, YouTube, and follow us on IG. Listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Just search hashtag TNC Now. For sponsorships, please email now at thenewchannel.com or send us a DM. Enjoy these life-changing shows because we made them just for you. Before we went on a break, we were just chatting with Dr. Alexie Reyes. Dr. Alexie Reyes is an educator, entrepreneur, and advocate of change. And she also mentioned having won first runner-up in the pitching competition sponsored by PhilWeb, Australian Aid, and the United Nations Development Program in 2021. So what was also highlighted were the values of YesTech as a company and her vision as a founder in fulfilling the corporate responsibility by addressing the three UN Sustainable Development Goals. So may we call again Dr. Alex to join us?
Hi.
Hi. All right. So, Dr. Alex, at this juncture, may you share with us your journey as an author of award-winning books.
Okay, so I have a couple of books that have been, nominated and have won awards. So I have actually have one here. um, Learning the World of Language. It is a series. It's for nursery, kinder, and prep, and it teaches children about values, and of course, it also teaches them about language, how to use language. So it has won. A couple of awards, and I'm so proud of it. I also have digital kids, which I do not have with me, and it was during the time when we didn't even teach, through internet. We already had digital kids. It's like teaching them how to use the computer,
Mhm.
what part of the computer this is, and so it's starting them young so that they
Mhm.
know how to really embrace technology. And we know that our kids are digital natives, and so that is why we have that. I also have authored a book which was launched in Dubai in
Mhm.
2021. It's included in the 28 credentials of entrepreneurs. So basically, they would share all our thoughts, like our thoughts there, and highlight us as leaders of our company. And so I feel very blessed that I was, picked as part of the book. So there were a couple of us from different countries. I think um, I was the only one from the Philippines in Dubai. So the next launch is going to be in Ghana, and one was already launched in India as well. So my journey as an author really started when I thought my friends, when you reach a certain age, and I was gonna, celebrate my birthday, my friends, they highlight a lot of their kids as their trophies, and I realized I do not have kids. And what can I share with other people that I have? And I thought that maybe I should pursue my writing and just create books so they can be my babies. So I
Mhm.
started writing. I also compiled a lot of things that I wrote before, and so that's how this book came about. Learning the world of language, and then after that, digital kids was kind of easy already because I got the groove of it. And of course, it took a while before I came out with another book because COVID happened, and
Mhm.
so it was COVID happened, so I wasn't doing anything. But then there was an opportunity. I was invited by to NTA credentials of an entrepreneur founder,
Mhm.
Bilal, to write something. And so I said, okay. He was from Malaysia and he's telling me, oh, maybe you should write, your credentials and we can share
Mhm.
it in Dubai. So we did that, and we had a ceremony. We had all these things. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend, but yes, I have a book on my credentials as well. Yeah,
Mhm.
to inspire other people.
Mhm. Did you expect to be launching in Dubai and now in Ghana, right?
Yes, we are launching 28 credentials of entrepreneur, like the different credentials of different leaders. So this time it's going to be in Ghana with African leaders as well. So um, that one with Dubai, I really did not expect that I will be picked in the group because there are so many, different leaders that they have. They actually highlight people that own, jet planes, private jets, that are being rented. They have people that have been um, mentored by Bob Proctor. They have they're just different people, different personalities, and I thought, oh, do I deserve to have my part as well here in this book? And so they're like, yes, very much so. So I'm very happy to be part of that first book. Actually, it's book one. So it's always nice to be the first book, Yeah, to be
Wonderful,
inside of
wonderful.
it.
And we're proud of you, Dr. Alex.
Thank you.
All right. So can you share some of the quotations that were included in your book?
Oh my gosh, I have to pull it out. I think it's always my mother told me, if there is a problem and you don't know how to fix it, then get on it yourself. That's one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a couple more, but that's one that I really always like highlight because it really is something that would push me. Actually, my mother's my hero, Shiro actually, and I always greet her like in shows or when I am interviewed, and I always say that I am here because of her, and so she is my inspiration. And from the words that she would share with me, I actually um, created a quote out of it, created a quote out of it, and adopted it. But of course, added some of my thing, on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Our parents, mother or father, always exert a great influence into what we become, whether for good or for bad, right? But I hope that it's always for good, almost always for good. And you mentioned that not having kids, but when you look at your life, really, you have a lot of kids because you have been surrounded with
Yes,
kids.
I am true. Um, well, yes, I have a lot of kids. I actually am part of ASEAN Youth Organization Philippines, where we empower the youth. So we have a lot of youth ambassadors, and we empower them. Of course, with the Movers program, there are like 19,000, youth that are signed in with movers. So we empower a lot of them. And of course, we have the Rotaract, since I'm the president of the Rotary Club of Alabang Madrigal Business Park. So we also empower them. So when we talk about kids, I also am the academic director of Montessori de Oro, where we have a lot of kids from kinder to senior high school. And so every day I think I breathe kids, I breathe youth, I think about them, and I like working with them. And so I don't know if I'll ever have kids in my life, but I must say for now, I'm happy with where I am at, my space. And I feel that I do not lack anything because that was just a turning point in my life when I was just saying, my friends have this and I do not have this. But then, my books are my kids. My company is my baby. I actually have another baby aside from Yes Tech, and we're excited to even launch that baby very soon as
Mhm.
well.
Wow, we'll also be on the lookout for that.
It's in a different world, but I actually also find myself immersed in that world.
Mhm.
Yes, aside from edtech, we also are in fintech. So that is our other baby. We have
Mhm.
we'll be launching it very soon.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so I think being surrounded with children also make you a child at heart, right?
Yes, youth at heart. I don't even think of my age anymore. I do not know my age. It's just my sister who's like keeping tab of my age, and she would tell me, you're this age already. You're not in high school anymore. And I'm like, oh, I thought I was in high school. It's a joke actually, but really, yeah, I feel young. I feel
Mm,
excited every day. It's the same thing for me. You know,
mm,
when I was looking at things um, in an excited way when I was in college, all the more now. It's the same
mm,
for
mm.
me.
Okay, so let's just highlight that it's being childlike, not being childish. That is having this
Yeah.
childlike wonder and awe, excitement, right? Of the wonders of the world. What are the possibilities? Because possibilities are really limitless if we only open our mind.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I also look at things the way babies would look at things. When it comes to failures, when it comes to challenges, they say, when you're old, when you fall, you don't want to get up anymore kasi napahiya ka na or something. But
Oh.
babies, they just keep going every time they fall, and so that is how I look at life. Every time I have like major challenges, and I even got betrayed by one of my friends in terms of like business. And I don't look at it as, of course, you would be disappointed first,
Mm.
but then you just keep going, just like a baby. You try to stand up and just, just keep walking and standing up until you're able to walk and run. So that is how I look at things. I
Mm.
am very optimistic, and I'm not afraid to fall and fail, although I do not like it, but it really is. I just learned that it is part of the process. It really is not the opposite of success. Failure is not the
Mm.
opposite of success. It is part of the journey. It is part of success. Like you
Mm.
fail, but then you don't just, stay there. You get up and then you just continue until you're successful. So that's how I look at things. Um, just like a baby and a child, I just keep
Yes.
going.
Yes, like a baby. If it's trying to walk, it will fall down many times. And the baby doesn't say, oh, maybe this is not for me. I should stop trying to learn how to walk. Right? And then from baby steps, it uses a walker or someone guides it by its hand until it learns how to walk confidently on its feet, and then it learns how to run. So you're very
Yes.
correct. Trust the process, and failure is just a part of success. It's not the opposite of success, but rather a part of it.
Yes.
All right. So we have so far we have talked a lot, and if we may go back to Yes Tech, what what's in store? What's in the pipeline for Yes Tech and Yes Tech
Oh
Hub?
my gosh, a lot of things because my imagination is just crazy. But then again, if you don't imagine it, it won't happen, right? So thoughts become things. That is why.
Mm.
So with Yes Tech, we are going to roll out our Project Sunrise, which I talked about earlier, where we will be highlighting children that have been really, challenged with life, and we are giving them hope. So with Project Sunrise, we are able to raise money to help these kids, aside from educate them and equip them with what they need digitally, and of course then physically we'll be sending them their chairs, whatever it is to help them, and like kits, etc. So we want it to be sustainable. That's why we have Project Sunrise, and we will be highlighting the stories of different kids. We'll start with five first, and then of course we have this partnership also with Jed Child Trust, where we're training a lot of teachers, and we're not just looking at Nigeria, because first we said we'll just start with like one country, because the founder wanted us to just go and like teach already five countries, and we're like, oh, let's start first with one so that we could like
Mm.
gather data and really make sure that we are doing it right. And so we need to make sure that we have these surveys that they answer, that we are on the right track in terms of um, teaching them, because in their classrooms they're multi-grade. It's not just
Mm.
they're all the same age. They have like different ages, and so we have to consider that. And so with Yes Tech helping, that's our, it's almost like our corporate social responsibility. It's not just giving, it's really being there and being involved. So that's with Yes Tech. And then of course with Yes You, we have some content providers that are really of high caliber. Somebody that's been trained by Bob Proctor, giving courses at
Mm.
6,500, but he's like willing to share it with Yes You only for about 3,500 pesos, instead of the $6,500. We also have the guy who's been named as the number one creative leader in the whole world, and he's on board with us. And so he said he'll be teaching about creative leadership. We also have John Maxwell, where we John Maxwell programs, where we empower leaders. This is,
Mhm.
by the way, for free. We'll be giving it for free, but we have to make sure that there are only 10 in that round table. And we actually have started already with our first round table, having even the Undersecretary of Education join us, and like this high profile guy that have served two presidents joining us as well, in terms of like finding faith and being a good leader. So we have that John Maxwell. We also have mental wellness, mental health. We have these programs in YesU in partnership with Change Coach Academy, which is like based in New Zealand. So we have that, and we have people from London. So we have a lot of people that are helping us with what we want to do. And so I'm very grateful that they are there. We also have like title holders of a record, such as in yoga, joining us. His name is Bitupan. We actually have a meeting with him later, and so we're just excited to have these people believe in YesU. And of course, we're also thinking at like NFTs, crypto, all these things, and how we can incorporate it with education and technology. And of course, that is the direction we are heading, since we need to embrace technology, we need to embrace change, and we have to make sure that we are relevant as a company. And I feel that our customers always tell us how we can be relevant, as it is one of our values to be like customer driven, really. And so we listen to them, and we also filter out what we should put out. Of course, not all the ideas are great, but in terms of yes tech, there's just so much that we are looking at. And we also realize that parents need to be empowered, not just students, not just organizations. And we're also thinking of maybe perhaps helping parents that have difficulty in paying for their matriculation of their kids. And so we're thinking of yes credit. So that's in the pipeline for us. So we have a lot of things going on, and they say if you don't plan it, it's not going to happen. So we have all these things that we want to accomplish. So we have milestones as well as a company, because at the end of the day, it's all about creating impact and really being relevant to a lot of people.
Mhm. Sounds exciting. I think just listening, I'm thinking, okay, so that's already a 5-year roadmap or a 10-year
Yes.
roadmap.
I actually asked this one person, like he's been very successful with his business and he's been there for like 20 or 30 years. And I asked him, what is it that makes you successful? I know there are challenges, but what makes you successful? He said he created like a 10-year roadmap. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just created a 2-year roadmap. I should create a, 5-year or 10-year roadmap. That is how it came about when I heard from him. And I was like, okay, because he said no matter like before he would think about like if there are things that would happen to your company, like say flooding, etc., or to your people, then you're able to still operate. But then when COVID happened, it was like an eye opener for him as well, and he realized that if I don't look at my goals, if I don't look at my plan, then I won't hit it. And so that is how you should always be guided, always have that goal for growth, really. And when you look at it, make sure that you always push forward. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's what I learned from him.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So we have a lot of things that we have covered so far. Now, if there are at least 3 things that you want our viewers to take away from this conversation, what would those be?
Number one, if you have a dream, pursue it because nothing is impossible. Number two, the youth is always like the biggest why for us, and they are our future leaders. And we
Mm-hmm.
must do everything in our power to equip them and to help them because they will make the world a better place if we're not able to do it ourselves. Number three, celebrate little things and always give back everything to God, because at the end of the day, it's always the whatever we have is from the strength that we get from God. So I always I always look at these three things. And so we're able to do, a lot of things if we are empowered, if we believe, and if we have faith. Yeah.
Yeah, beautifully said. I especially like the third one you said, that we give back all the glory to God because, again, we are here to become ambassadors of God's love. And whether we are a Christian or we belong to another religion, belief, or sect, I think it's incumbent upon us um, to always do our best to
Yeah.
glorify our creator in small ways or in big ways. Okay, so this is me not being preachy, all right? I'm just sharing. All right.
Yes.
So
It's not being preachy, but just honoring higher power, that, we have this strength and we have the wisdom because of that higher power. Yeah. For
yes.
those that do not believe.
Yeah, very true. Wonderful. So how can our viewers follow you on social media, continue to see more of you and your work?
Okay, so they can actually check our website, which is https theyestech.com or https yestech.club. Now, the other thing is they can also look for us on Facebook. Yes Tech, and then they'll be able to see us. We post a lot of activities that we have, such as our webinars. We will be having one very soon about biodiversity on November 5. We also have our press conference on November 11, where, the Department of Education will be endorsing us as one of the, best content providers in the Philippines. So we're very excited with that. The press will be there as well. And then, of course, we have an international conference, actually, which is going to happen in Thailand. It's called the Ambassadors Educators Circle or Educators Conference. And the reason why it's called that, because there will be a lot of dignitaries from different countries that will be joining. And so we will be highlighting about the programs of 1986 Summer House, as well as Yes Tech IT Solutions as the provider for learning management systems. And so we're just very excited. Of course, yeah, I just like to invite everyone to maybe join Yes Tech Club, and join our webinars. Also become a mover if you want to, like, be the person that be an instructor, be a teacher, be a trainer. You can be that.
Mhm.
We allow you to join us with that. We can mentor you in terms of the movers program, and of course we'll equip you with all the modules that you need. And with Yes Tech, I just want everyone to, of course, support us as a Filipino company, because we are good, we are competent, and we are here to really show that Filipino innovation can also slug it out with other, companies, even with, say, Google. I would say, because we are we are here as, your other alternative in terms
Mhm.
of providing education, and we are giving it to you complete. When I say Google, it's Google Classroom, not Google per se, because I love Google. Just Google Classroom, because of course, as an educator, I know what I'm talking about, and I also know that we have a good product, and we're very proud of Yes Tech Premium, as what we call it. And a lot of organizations have, used it already and are using it, and it's in different countries already. So that is why I say I'm very proud of Yes Tech Premium.
Mhm. Now I fully understand why you were also included in that circle of entrepreneurs, because you might not have the usual trappings of what we can say highly successful entrepreneurs, like different mansions in different parts of the world, a private jet, right? But
Yes.
it's in the impact, because you are
Mhm.
impacting not only the Philippine education but also other countries as well. And I believe that that's the true measure of an entrepreneur trying to make a massive impact in the world. So for that, congratulations, Dr. Alex. Rightly deserved are those accolades, and I'm pretty sure that again you will have more accolades as you continue with your journey in digitalizing or revolutionizing. Sorry, that's a mouthful. Revolutionizing digital learning. Right. So thank you once again for joining us in today's episode of Stories from the Fringe.
Thank you for inviting me, and it was a wonderful time for me. I really like sharing about my
Mm,
journey, and I hope that I'll be able to also inspire a lot of youth and women out there to join us, and not be afraid in terms
mm.
of creating products, creating initiatives. We have it. We can do it.
Yes, we can. We can be our own heroes.
Yes. At the
At
end of
this
the day, hero.
Yes. So at this juncture, I'd like to thank those who are supporting Stories from the French. Thank you for tuning in. Rowana Roberto, Divine Kizan, thank you, Jerry Bautista, Domelin Adolfo, Goldie Di Maala, thank you also, Tommy Nusho Ignacio Jr., Melvin Phillips, Lynn Segi Celestino, thank you also for supporting us, King Gonzalez, um, Maureen Almonicido, thank you, Dear Quino, Pilar Bulawin, Michael Loxin Perez, Disa Lozo, Nandini Kana, Marnie Gacho, Jana Claudio, and Mark Anthony Nuya. Thank you also for your constant support, Celine Bautista Nuya, Cholita Esplana, and also the president and executive producer of the new channel, Apple Esplana Manansala. Thank you also to our directors, Direct Shin and Direct Monica, always supporting us at the back end. So for those of you who love today's episode, we would love if you could invite a friend, a colleague, or a relative to join us if you haven't already, so that they can join the conversation next Thursday, November 10th, 10:30 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. So thank you once again for being here. Dear viewers, enjoy the rest of your day or evening, depending where you are in the world. God bless everyone.